I don't know about you, but you agree it's about time we stand up and start acting like men? There comes a moment in every man's life when something becomes painfully clear, almost obvious to you that nobody's coming to rescue you and nobody's going to give you discipline, direction, or purpose. And the problem is, it's not that men aren't incapable. The problem is too many men have drifted quietly for years. And drift, it doesn't look dramatic. It looks kind of comfortable. It's kind of those distractions in your life, right? Putting things off in your life. And the longer a man drifts, the harder it is to stand up again. Hey, welcome back to the channel. Papa Todd here. Talking today about some things that I've been thinking about. You know, as a grandfather, father, through the years, you learn a lot of things, and you know, you think back on your father and how you were raised and the men in your life. And things have changed so significantly over the years, especially recently, where I feel like, you know, there's a lot of people attacking men. And it's been subtle for so many years that we really haven't noticed it. It's been on TV, it's been in commercials. I see it all the time. It's this underlying thing that men are kind of silly, they're kind of stupid, they have to fall in line with what mama tells them to do, all that kind of thing. And I'm not picking on that, but you know, it's embedded in us to some degree, especially if you grew up not seeing that and not knowing how to react to it. So this video is not really an attack on men. It's more of a wake-up call, right, to the things that have been going on. Because families need men who are present. Communities need men who are steady. And because deep down, every man knows when he's just living below his potential. So this video is more about standing up, not for applause, not for attention, but because it's time. We've gone long enough, I think, as men, dealing with some of this pressure, dealing with some of these assumptions in the world. And that has led us to drift. What do I mean by men have drifted? Well, for a long time now, men have been treated differently, and masculinity has been treated like something that's dangerous, right? Something that needs to be softened up or hidden, right? I have a problem with that, obviously, because men lose clarity, right? And everything downstream in their life suffers when clarity goes away. So when men drift, their family drifts. When men drift, responsibility kind of gets passed around instead of carried. You know, I've met men with strength, intelligence, and opportunity who still couldn't get their lives together. And then I've met men with very little who were just unshakable individuals. The difference was never talent. It was really just ownership. So ultimately, responsibility is the turning point in your life. We talked a little bit about that in a past video, where you become competent, right? But really, a man stands up the moment he says, if it's my life, it's my responsibility. Now, that doesn't mean you caused every problem that might be in your life, but it does mean you'll solve it. Responsibility isn't guilt, it's really power. So if you're listening to this, ask yourself one honest question. Where in your life have you been waiting instead of acting? That's usually the exact place a man needs to stand up and act. It's that problem you've put in a box. When you see the box, you move it across the room to get it out of your eyes. Put it in a corner where you can't see it. And you pick it up and put it in the closet and close the door, right? When you don't look at it. Pick it up, open it up, get it out. Build some discipline, because discipline will build respect in your life. Because men don't lose respect overnight. They lose it slowly when discipline erodes in their life, little by little. Could be just showing up late. Could be avoiding a hard conversation that you know needs to be had. It could be letting your emotions run the day. But discipline builds respect faster than anything else in your life. I've watched men completely transform simply by doing the basics consistently. No real flashy changes. They were just daily ones. Simple steps. Think about the movie What About Baby Steps, right? That level of discipline changes your posture. It really does. Puts your head up a little bit, right? It steadies your voice a little bit more. But more importantly, it makes you reliable. And that feels good. It feels good to know that people rely on you. So let's talk about this presence. I've mentioned it before. Presence over control. Leadership really isn't volume. It's presence. What do I mean by that? Your family doesn't need a performer. It doesn't need a certain level of performance out of you. So you set these goals for yourself, whether that's at work, money, you name it. And your family doesn't need those things. It's not looking for those things as the way to judge and gauge who you are. They just need steadiness. They can see the ups and downs. They know what you're going through. So when things get hard, people don't look for the loudest man in the room. They're not looking for somebody to make excuses and talk. They look for the calm one. They want to see you calm. They want to know you got this. So a man who can stay grounded, he gives permission to settle too. So that's leadership. No control, but stability. You're not trying to control their life. You're just trying to give them a level of stableness that they can look to, feel good about. And time, it's not waiting. What do I mean? There's a level of urgency here. Not panic, but truth. You know, I mean, children grow up so fast. I'm watching my grandchildren grow. Oof, it's amazing. Relationships weaken if they're neglected, right? The opportunities don't wait for men to feel ready, okay? You just got to get up and do it. You don't need to fix everything, not today, but you do need to stop pretending that you don't see what needs fixing. So, kind of wrapping things up, when I think about a few key things that you need to keep in the forefront of your mind is that standing up as a man doesn't mean being perfect. It means being responsible, disciplined, and present. The world doesn't need any more noise. We got too much already. You need to turn some of it off, get away from it for sure. Let that stop seeping into your bones. Let that get out. This world needs men who are grounded, dependable, and more importantly, awake. So it's time to stand up and start to act like men again. If you enjoy this kind of content, please like and subscribe. It's free, it's easy. I hope to see you back, or I hope that you can take an opportunity to check out some other videos I got. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.